Hello, everybody. My name's Artendris, and welcome back to All the Mods 10. As usual, game's just been running for like an hour and a half, 2 hours, building up a few extra nether stars. But anyways, last time we worked more through Aura Tech. We built the Atomic Forge last time, got it running up with the Enderic Laser, and put all that stuff together to go ahead and make the Manhattan module. So, we for making one of those, we get a free one from this quest log right here. So, we used one in order to go ahead and make the pulsating black hole, meaning that basically it's just putting together the altar and getting the rest of the nether stars. Other than that, we've gotten basically everything we need for the ATM star, so we're pretty close to the end here. But after each important piece, since I'm just in waiting mode anyways, might as well do some extra fun bits. So we built the cybernetic augmentation chamber, which is going to be used in this cool system. I might need to take off the mechanism armor to make this work a little bit better. But it has this cool tree here that basically we're cybernetically enhancing ourselves once we built to the different research stations we need to get the upgrades. So that's what we're going to work on today. There was also a couple of pieces of gear from this mod that looked pretty cool. Like, I want to build the Enderic railgun. The mace and the chainsaw and the hand drill all seem okay. Like, it's a mace, but stronger. It's a chainsaw. It breaks trees. And a drill, we already have really good mining things. I'll probably build the Prometheum stuff just to say I did it. I mean, it seems cool. Like, it's super high-grade technological equipment, and it's really expensive to make. I've been looking a little bit ahead. But you need a bunch of the lasers, a bunch of machines, and then you need a bunch of this Prometheum stuff, which is Heisenberg compensators that we made last time. These are expensive. And these overcharged crystals that also are pretty expensive, needing like superconductors. So we're probably gonna make at least some of this stuff just to say we did and to see how cool it is. But basically I'm more interested in the cybernetic enhancements themselves. So, to do that, I've already put together some of the ingredients we're going to need for the different research stations. Oh yes, I forgot, I'm going to need machine cores for all of these as well. I'll grab those in a moment. But here's the basic cybernetic research station. It's built on research station slots, similar to add-on slots. 5 electrum, a brewing stand, block of redstone, and 2 plating pieces. Super cheap, we've used a bunch of those resources already. I did already have those extras. So there's the basic research. When we set that one up, that will be able to get us through basically everything up to this line up here. There's like arcane quantum. Yeah, basically everything up to this point, minus like a couple little bits and bobs. Like all of this stuff should be good there. So that's a good start. I think I already have most of what I need for the quantum one though. This one, some Duradium, another centrifuge, I made an extra one already, and a flux gate. I think we made one of these things before. It's super cheap. I do have 6 of these processing units, because I did look ahead slightly, and I'm going to need more. So just like that, and then it's platinum, right? Yeah, platinum goes in there. So 6 flux gates. I probably should have made those beforehand, but I didn't remember if I made those or not. So just the one here. And that will get us a quantum research station. So there's number 2. That's going to require 6 machine cores. Does this give us some for free? I don't remember. If it does... Or if I make a primitive one, I'll get 2 for free, but I might as well just make 6. I guess I'm going to have to make 9 in that case. Because there's quantum done, and arcane. Arcane is actually pretty expensive. So, it requires an Eye of Ender and 2 of the platings. That's simple enough. Then from there we need an Enderic Lens. We made one of these things before. I almost forgot about it, but you do need this thing for the laser. So that's this, 2 of these, and... Let's see. Ah, yes, it's adamant. I couldn't remember exactly which one it was. So that will be the laser. And then we need 5 of these overcharged crystals. these things. You can either make them in a particle accelerator with energite dust and fluxite, or you can craft them together with superconductors and advanced batteries. Or you make it with this particle accelerator here needs a superconductor. Superconductor is made with flux gates, electrum, energite ingots. This is why I had the extra flux gates, because I'm going to need 5 of these, because I need 20 for, uh, something. Was it 20 for this? Yeah, you need 5 of these, and each one takes 4. So, 20 superconductor things. So, 5 of these, 5 electrum, 5 energite. Yeah, 5 energite and 5 dubious containers. I think I can just make the dubious containers now. 5 of these. 1, 2, 3, 4. It's just about exact. So there's that. I'm going to need to go get more resources in a moment if I want like the extra gear. And from there, I need 5 energite, which is made in the alloying with nickel and fluxite. I did use the charger here with some amethyst to get some extra fluxite between episodes. So 5 of these. And is it nickel or platinum? I don't remember. Alloying with nickel. That's right. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. So, energite ingots. We're going to need more of these in a moment. But with that, that'll be our first set of superconductors. And once all 20 of those are done, we can get to work on the overcharged crystals. Or I guess while we wait, we can make these advanced batteries, which is going to be a couple of electrum, couple of steel, and 2 more energite ingots. So in total, that's going to be 4 extra energites. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. That's going to take a moment to run through. But those go in there. 2. Can I just make those? Oh, wait, no, that's 2 of these per, which means I need 10 of these extra. So that's another 6 in here. Another 6 in here. So that'll be what we need for the batteries, if I can remember to click on the right objects. I think I'll be good. I think I still have everything I need. It's just a little bit more than I was expecting. I knew this was going to be expensive. I didn't quite realize how expensive it was. Although thankfully I can more or less get infinites about all these resources. I have a decent chunk of everything already. So there's that. 5 of these things. 10 of these batteries. Like so. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I forgot again. I did my math entirely wrong there. I also forgot to get blocks of amethyst. Just like so. So there's 1 and 2. And I'm at a half, so that's going to be another... Oh, they also don't stack. So 3 more of these things equals how many more batteries? I'm currently at 1. So each one of these is 2, so that's another one. 5 more batteries equals 10 more energites. Okay, it's going to take a couple moments to run it through, but I do have enough of them already. Okay, and with that, I think that's enough energite for now, at least for our purposes to make this machine. So there's our 3rd, 4th, come on, I clicked the button, and 5th, and with that, the Arcane Research Station. Cool. Now I just need 9 more of these, which is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Why do I keep missing out on 1 when I keep trying to click through like that? Like that, that, and that. Cool. So now these things just go like on these spots, if I'm remembering correctly. Like that. Doop, doop, doop. So there's the Arcane Research Station. It took me a second to register what would happen. It's basically just like an enchantment table book on the side. I'm not entirely sure what's going on with this page. Augmentation, application, augmentation, toggle controls. We'll figure that out in a moment once we have some things going. 2, 3. There's the quantum. And last but not least, or I guess technically it is least since it's the lesser upgrade of the three, but the basic cybernetic research station. Cool. And now with that, we can start going in here. And oh yes, that's right, they all technically have their own queue list for what can happen. So what's on here? Alter probability fields through quantum entanglement. Adds additional luck in all loot table rolls. This includes all loot relevant actions such as loot chest and block drops. Okay, research steel fist. Reinforced fist with sharpened steel. Adds 4 attack damage points. What is that looking for? Any steel, diamond. Okay, increases movement speed by 25%. Increases maximum health by 6 or 3 hearts. That's copper, iron, coal dust. This is cool. Research time 40 seconds, a bunch of RF, allows indefinite underwater breathing. That's kind of cool. Miniaturize. Let's see what else is later on. Night vision, we don't really need. Charges an integrated wormhole generator with station coordinates. Creates a return portal to enhancement station. I mean, that's kind of cool. Extends block reach by 30%. Pretty cool, too. Weapon reach and far reach. Let's see. 64 motors, 48 steel. Can I, like, save this or no? This is... Okay. This is cool. I had a feeling this is probably how the system worked, but it's cool to see it actually in action. I know I want this thing. So that's going to be 64 motors, 48 steel. I know I had plenty of steel. And there's that. Motors, 64 of these is going to be another stack of nickel. And I'm going to need a bunch more magnetic coils as well. Those are also nickels and steel. Let's see, 64 of these. I'm at 1. I mean, this is a really cool system. I like that. I like that system. But it is also going to take a bit to actually get everything together for every little upgrade I'm after, isn't it? So let's just get 64 of those. And do I have the resources to immediately turn those in? Sort of. Kind of. Not really. Nope. Not at all. Okay. Obviously, these are going to be very expensive. I need to get a bunch more steel. I need to get a couple more resources together. I didn't realize how expensive this was going to be. I figured it was going to cost something. Like, there's permanent upgrades. It's got to have some sort of expensive cost going on, but that's a little bit more than I was expecting. I'm not actually entirely sure what I was expecting. That looks a little bit easier. It provides 4 armor pieces. 8 duradium. That's simple. Just a stack of steel. I don't think I have enough left, but I can try. Let me get together like several stacks of steel real quick. That's kind of our limiting factor right now. Okay, I think I have what I need for this at least. 64 steel, 8 duradium, and 16 diamonds. Forgot to grab the diamonds out. Let's see, can I just go in like so, and will that work? Begin researching. That's going to the basic cybernetic research station. That's going to take 40 seconds. Let's see, 64 electrum, 32 blocks of gold. Blah, words are hard. I might as well try and get that too. 32 stacks of lapis. Of course, all my lapis is currently in like high grade multiplier stuff. So I just need 32 of these. I need a bunch of stacks of gold, which I need to run through as well. This is going to be a problem, isn't it? There's a lot of really cool stuff I want in there, and I did not prepare for any of it. Hopefully it'll be fine. So there's going to be the gold, and I believe I'm going to need more electrum, which is alloy machine, gold, and redstone. That should be simple enough. Although this is currently still making steel. I guess it stopped making steel. So I guess I'm going to start up a stack of this as well. Maybe I should make maybe I should make another alloy machine, or give this thing a couple more speed upgrades, because it's still running a little bit slower than like what I'd prefer for it here. Now I'm going to need a little bit more electrum. I just need this thing to produce like another 12 real quick. That's all I'm missing for that piece. Oh yeah, I can just do that with silver and gold dust in that machine as well. That's probably faster. Gold and silver, silver, silver. Zinc doo-doo. Where's my silver? I know it's here somewhere. There it is. So that's this is gonna break after 12. There's that. 4 of these. And that. That. Well, there's gonna be another 48 electrum. That'll be a good enough start for what we're after immediately. So with that, we should also be able to start up the extra luck, right? Begin research. That's going to take a bunch of RF and 90 seconds. That is also on Arcane. Cool. So we have that. Looks like this doesn't immediately move on to anything, but the reinforces respiratory systems with carbon fibers for increased stamina. Adds 4 health points. That could be pretty good too. Let's see, 32 carbon fiber, 16 biosteel specifically in 4 diamonds. I don't know how to make biosteel. That is a problem. But that's interesting enough. We technically have one. So how do I equip my augments? Enhancer inventory. Nope. 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 Come on. How do I do this? How does this work? I forgot to look ahead at this. Cybernetic augment thing. Permanent upgrades to the player that don't require any energy or resource to maintain. They must be researched. Walk into it. They have unique energy and resource cost. Access the machine inventory via right-clicking the machine or using GUI's bottom left buttons. They require prerequisites. Research augments become available for installation. Application requires additional resources. Center stores all research blueprints. When a machine is destroyed, scan via UI import button top left. Okay. So like, install requires 32 iron and 4 more of that. Okay. It's a little bit weird. Oh yeah, research it. Oh yeah, you want to put it on? Yeah, that's extra. That's just a little bit weird. Oh well, install that. Huh? Let me into the machine. Okay, it's on. So we should just have baseline 4 extra things and then 16 lapis. Come on, you need to fully exit and enter, so install that one. So we should, as a baseline, open enhancer inventory. So we should have extra luck, and we should have extra armor just as a baseline. Yep, it looks like we just have baseline 2 armor bars, plus whatever our armor provides us. So it is technically an upgrade. That's not super strong in comparison to a bunch of other stuff. And I'm sure the luck is applied too. I just don't have a good way to check that. Although in essence, that should just be extra looting and stuff, right? That seems pretty good to me. I would like this. I mean, I kind of want everything on this list, but that is like so many resources to get everything. I still do not have anywhere near enough steel for all I want to put together. So I guess that's going to be a work in progress sort of thing. Is there anything else we can think of right now? Not really. All the things I would want are like a little bit further down. Like flash step seems like it could be fun. And I want this, but I don't know how to get biosteel. That is again biosteel. That would be nice. That's biosteel. Why are some things specifically biosteel? Otherwise, others can use different types. Actually, all of those. Why is everything biosteel now? There were definitely things that were just like basic or any steel that would work, right? I'm not I'm not misremembering here, right? Yeah, like that one will accept any steel. That's strange. I mean, long reach is a bunch more motors. That means a bunch more steel. Yeah, let me get working on a bunch more steel real quick. Like, I really want like that long reach and stuff, just to say I can. In fact, if I can get nothing else out of this machine before we end off the series, I kind of want like the living fortress. That sounds like fun. I want to make it as far down here as possible. So we're going to need the portal thing. We're going to need reactive plating. We're going to need auto feed and all that stuff, just going down and down and down. I feel like there's a bunch of cool stuff. I'll keep working on a couple odds and ends. How do we make biosteel? Like, apparently we're going to specifically need biosteel. How do you make it? Biosteel. I should have just looked for the full name. I couldn't remember if there was a hyphen or not. Biosteel, there it is. You make it by smelting up biosteel dust, which you get by crushing up biosteel, of course. Fragmenting, pulverizing, alloying, raw biopolymer, and iron that is made with a fluid-based... How do I get it the other way? Because that kind of looks a little bit more annoying. Melting up this, recipe for this, pulverizing, metallurgic infuser, biomass, iron, cool. Biomass is simple enough to get and easy enough to put into the machine. You know what? That's probably still faster. Like, sadly, that does mean going up over and like crushing up tree pieces or whatnot. But that's probably still going to be faster than using this machine for like all of this steel that we're making. So I guess I'll get to work over there. Do we want to do this thing first? Like, no, those things are also missing a bunch of super expensive resources. So like this, the late end for the late stage stuff for this mod seems really cool, but very expensive. Like that's going to be like stacks and stacks and stacks and stacks of steel and other stuff. I mean, we can do it. Maybe it might be worth it to go get steel seeds. Maybe that's like a high priority thing. Otherwise, I'm going to be making a bunch of this by hand. Steel seeds, I think that's one-time steel blocks, if I remember correctly. Dark steel, sky steel, steel leaf, steel seeds. Yeah, it's one-time steel blocks. That's still a ways off. Yeah, that's probably important enough. I'm gonna put together enough steel to hopefully make a set of seeds for it real quick. Okay, so managed to get just enough steel and make the thing, and in the meantime, since I have made that, it has managed to make enough steel to make how many ingots exactly? Subtract 13 from the number 30. It took like 10 minutes and a couple minutes extra to make 30 steel. I forgot that this system of making steel, despite having technically more steps, makes so much more than that in a comparable amount of time. Yeah, I did this the hard way. Yeah, steel's not as much of a problem as I thought it was. I just need to take a few minutes to actually make it instead of just like complaining about not having it. Go figure. Anyways, I should have enough steel at this point to make the rest of those motors we'd wanted. Nickel's not a problem. How many more motors do I need to make? 32. That's going to be more nickel, more steel. I might need to go get more nickel, but I do have it. Just need to grab it. But once the rest of this steel runs through, we should be at least able to get that one, which will be a lot of fun. So let me just keep working on things. It's just a lot to go through. Okay, so motors acquired. Might as well do whatever we can when we can do it. So I have the motors, have the steel, have the ender pearls. Begin research. In 45 seconds, we'll be able to acquire block reach, which will be fun. Extends block reach by 30%. So that's like what you can reach with like a pickaxe, basically. So with extra boost that we have onto it already, I think we can mine like 10 blocks away or something like that. Let's see. So 1, 2. What is the thing on this? 70. That's wait, no, that's the Y. 33 or 433. I can still do it on 423, 22, 13. Oh yeah, it's like 13 blocks with the Paxel. Like it's super, super long range. Like a 30% boost. It's gonna put it like 16 blocks. So that's that's a lot. Has it been 45 seconds? It has. 4 extra motors. I need 3 extra motors. Are you kidding me? Oh, I have... I had just too little. Fine, I'll make one more set of them. Are you happy, game? Extra motor. There. So with that, install. What's the attack one going to need? 32. That is actually significantly cheaper. Increases attack reach by 30% of base value. Doubles total block interaction rate. Toggleable via augment interface. Okay. 64 Enderic lasers. This one is expensive. 16 Ender Pearls. I have not been paying attention to how much energy we've been using. Hold on. I think we are at like 42% power storage or something like that. Ooh, we've used like 2% storage. Since we've been using Aura Attack. That is actually significantly more than I was expecting. Either that or I'm misremembering the numbers. But anyways, what's your current reach with us? Okay, okay. So still 433 or... Yeah, that's 16 blocks. That is 16 blocks. It was only 13 a moment ago. Yeah, that's pretty handy. Like it's only a couple extra blocks, but that is pretty immense during certain moments. But I want the attack range one even more so. So 32 more of these. And then I'm gonna need a bunch of Electrum. And then what, it was a couple more Ender Pearls, I think, right? Dupe. Dupe. I like this system. This system is cool. It is expensive, but it is cool. Just give me that. And then how much Electrum do I have? More than enough. So grab this as well, begin research. 40 seconds. How expensive are those Enderic lasers? Or Enderic lenses, rather. Enderic lens. 64 of these things. I mean, it's not actually awful. Like, in fact, I think that's relatively inexpensive. It is just going to be a little bit time consuming. Uh, you know what? Sure, that's probably cool enough. And it's one of the active abilities, so it'll give us a chance to explore that system as well. So, let me start getting some Ender Dust together and getting a bunch more Enderic Compound real quick. It's cheap. It just takes a little bit to get it going. Actually, maybe I should make the Fragment Forge, because that's probably way better. That is a bunch of stuff we've seen before, not actually too expensive. Yeah, let me get the stuff I need for the Fragment Forge real quick. That's probably going to be the better way to do this. Fragment Forge, 2 more motors, 1 more motor, like so. And in fact, I should probably just do this, huh? I'm gonna need the motor anyways. There's that. Fragment. One of these. Simple enough. I probably actually had an extra one already. Not what I wanted to click on. And another flux gate means another thing. Let me build a flux gate. We know how to make it. It just takes me a moment to get all the different pieces in the machine. Okay, flux gate acquired. Fragment forge acquired. And that's going to need 7 machine cores. I need to grab out lapis, 7 of these. I like all these machines. There's so many cool little animations on everything. But I'm surprised I've never heard of this one before. This one's pretty cool. I don't have a good place to plug this in anymore, do I? I end up putting a bunch of machines places. How big is this one even? It's a 2x2. I guess I can just get rid of that real quick and just like put it here. Do-do-do. I'm assuming that'll provide its power. Yes, cool. Yeah, it's another pretty cool looking machine. And then just give it ender pearls real quick. Yeah, and that's going to produce all the enderic compound we're going to need for these things. So what, 2 stacks of these? Yeah, 128 of these. I'm going to need a stack of these, which is just a stack of coal dust. And what happened to the advanced crusher thingy? So just a stack of coal dust real quick. These get put in the centrifuge. Okay. Nope, I forgot that that does not double. So grab another half stack of these. These go in here. And then otherwise it's just a stack of adamants, which is a stack of nickel and a stack of diamonds in this machine. Like, I understand how to make all this stuff. It's just spending a bit of time putting it all together, because it is a lot that goes into every little piece. So that should be able to get us that extra, like, reach effect, which will be fun. 4 extra magnetic coils real quick. Thank you. And with that, our attack range should also be boosted by 30%, which is pretty nice. A little bit harder to actually test that one, especially since I just put it on already, but but cool nonetheless. And hopefully it shouldn't take too long. It is just the enderic compound I'm missing, right? Yeah, 16 ender pearls. So that's simple enough. And then 64 enderic things. Which should be interesting that that doesn't stack properly. Like, that's weird. There's definitely multiple spots here. You would have expected it to just work as is, but I guess not. But these things get put in here, correct? Assembler, 1 stack, 2nd stack, adamants, getting there. I mean, I could just make the rest of the adamant by hand. It's the resources we have the most of that uses. That goes in like so. Oh yeah, I guess it doesn't actually need to be multiple slots. That's just going to work as is. So you know what? I think we're technically there on all that stuff. I just need to wait for a few more adamant pieces. And then we'll be able to get like the first active effect for like double effective range for everything. That'll be cool. I'll see you in a moment. Okay, so the last few of these are finishing up in just a moment, but while I was waiting, I went ahead and got some of the nature essence we've been growing, made a bunch of apples, and thus a bunch of biofuel, which that just goes in like so, and we get biosteel dust. And from there, this just gets smelted up like normal, it will become biosteel ingots, and that's what we need for those specific ones we were looking at. So relatively super cheap, super simple. It's literally a bunch of resources we have infinite of. Because of course it is. We have like infinite of everything at this point. So each of these requires 10. Each apple I make is equal to 1 biosteel ingot, basically. And I can make infinite apples. So I didn't quite have enough there, but these get smelted up. Energy keeps getting messed up. Like, that number keeps dropping down. Like, energy might be an issue. I wasn't expecting to run into energy issues at this point. I'm legitimately going to have to run the draconic reactor again. I wasn't expecting to. But with that, there's the enderic lens. This will start up running the reach far. Begin that research. It's going to take 40 seconds. And all this biosteel is going to be for... I want this. That's going to be another 32 carbon fiber strands. I don't know if I only have 23. That's going to be more. Yeah, this is my only problem right now. I'm enjoying this mod. I'm not a huge fan of the amount of back and forth I have to do on literally every little odds and ends. Like, oh, you need an amount of this stuff. Okay, run over to this machine. Oh, you need more of that other item. Oh, go to the alloy machine or whatever. Oh, you missed out on a couple of those. Go back to the centrifuge. That's my base. That's basically my only problem with this mod. Like, that's actually been the case with a bunch of mods in this mod pack, though. I feel like a lot of this is more set up for, like, factory-style automate literally everything. And honestly, I'm just not a huge fan of that playstyle. Like, it's nothing inherently wrong with it. I guess it can be fun. But I prefer to do as much as possible by hand. So, 4 more diamonds here. Go in and out. Begin research on extra hearts here. Basically, just so I can continue on with this line. And apply far reach. Needs 4 more Enderic lenses. I probably should have guessed that was going to be the case, huh? Saving world. You good? There we go. So that goes in there. Oh, hold on. I only need 4 of these. I'm probably going to need more for later things, but for now I just need 4 for this specific add-on. 2. We are not getting to, like, this thing today. Like, that requires ion thrusters, which requires the reinforced carbon slate, which is liquid upgrades and naphtha. Like, a whole bunch of other stuff goes into the tools. I would have loved to see them, but that's going to require more research than I have brain power for at this point. I was more excited with the augmentation. But that's done. That's going to be 8 more of those. Let's apply Hughes holographic arms for distant manipulation. Doubles total block interaction range, toggleable via augment interface. Install. So that's that little tree done. That's 8 more of those. Auto feeder automatically feeds with a higher efficiency, toggleable via thing. 64 processing or 16 processing units, 64 of anything it looks like, but basically seeds, 64 golden carrots. I mean, I'm not too interested in that one, but it's hard required to continue on. So processing units, we've made a bunch of. I'm out of plastic that I need for them, though. I only have 8 left, which means I would have to run that machine as well. Yeah. We've probably seen just about what we're going to see from this, for today at least. I should grab those 8 things so that I can apply this. So that's installed, that's installed. All 3 of these are installed. How do we access the augments interface? I have a feeling it's a control that I do not have set up, so let me go searching through settings real quick. Okay, it took a bit of hunting for it because Oratech doesn't have its own section. It's under miscellaneous on implant controls for Oratech there. I have it on H, but I'm not using H right now anyways. The release while hovering over an augmented toggle. Far reach on. Is there any way to tell on or off? So let's see. I can currently reach. Oh, I'm not really supposed to be able to reach that right now. Hold on. What's my I want to see. I want to see. Like, this is actually hard to tell. But like before, we could reach this thing from 13. After upgrading, it reached 16. We know it's at 33. Zoom in. Zoom in. Zoom. Let's see. Yep, we can interact with blocks that are 32 blocks away. That is kind of silly. Like that is silly. Okay then. Like that is unnecessarily long. What is our current attack range? Like I don't think this thing attacks mobs from farther away. It is specifically just mining capabilities from that distance. But let's see. Okay, apparently this upgrade is only block interaction, not attacks either. But we should have 30% increase. There we go. Like this thing is just like normal attack range, 30% boost to that. Yeah, that's looking pretty good. Does this one? Nah, it doesn't baseline just like hit from farther away. That's specifically because it's Morgan. But like pretty decent, just like those 2 upgrades on their own. Like very good for like building and building, mining, and combat purposes, just without anything else. Let's see, is there anything else we can or want to do right now? Don't have the plastic for that, though I want it. Um, no, I think that's basically it for what we're going to see for right now. The flux, this thing would be nice. 64 fluxite, though. That's going to take me like 10 minutes, if I had to guess. Like, it's not difficult to do. I just need to pull out the charger real quick. I think I have other ways to do with it, but this is the easiest one. And then there's some, like, random chance. It either happens instantly, or it takes a few moments. Oops. Like, this could take me, like, 2 minutes if I get super, super lucky and every single one's instant. But it's probably going to take me, like, 10. You know what? Might as well do it real quick, but get as many upgrades done in one episode as possible. We're not going to be spending much more time with the system anyways. I guess between episodes, I'll work on building up all these resources and just try to fill out as many upgrades as possible. We're probably not seeing all of them in the series. I forgot that you could use the energizing orb for this thing instead of the charger. I started looking through to see if I was missing something, and I guess I was. This is significantly more reliable. Like, this is a couple of seconds per instead of random between a couple of seconds and a minute. So, with that, that will be all the fluxite done. For a second, I thought somehow some have gone disappearing. Like, I thought I was down a piece or two, but nope, it just was because one was still in the system. And there's all the fluxite done. I already have the steel. Just need a couple of diamonds. And like 40 seconds, I'm assuming. 80 seconds. This is a longer one. These are all so expensive energy-wise. It's a good thing we have so much of it already. Uh, mining speed would be fun. I want everything here. There's too much. If I stay until I can get everything I want off this page, we are never leaving. I mean, I could do that one pretty quickly. Uh, hmm. What am I missing? 64 things and some... There's that. I'm just missing 64 of... Not these things. The other ones. These things. I mean, not that. I want the steel instead. There's 35. Steel from here. Dupe and dupe. I mean, that's another pretty simple one, isn't it? So that'll be done in a moment. There's that 64. Huh? Did that not say iron reinforced plating? Oh, I guess this is probably also cybernetic research, so I have to wait in queue. So install for extra attack damage. Begin researching that one. That's not going to happen today. This should be done in just a couple of seconds. Can I get miniaturize and gigantism, and can I just test them out? I want to see them. 4, 3, 2, 1. Close and reopen it. Just 8 more of those things. There we go. So just a few extra hearts, a little bit of extra attack damage. That's per processing units. Can't really afford it. Reduces player skill by 50% though. You know what? I think I have just enough plastic for that, don't I? Let's see. 8 of these things. I need... What else do I need? 8 processing things. 8 carbon fiber strands. 8 pieces of electrum and 8 pieces of redstone, correct? You know what? Sure, we'll get the miniaturized thing, and that's going to probably be the thumbnail, and that's going to be where we end off. Just because it is the most visible of all the augmentations we've gotten so far. So I'll get more Daraplast. I'll keep working on these funny little bits. So next time, we might get like 1 or 2 extra smaller things if we want to test them out. But it's probably starting up on actually building the star setup next time. So miniaturize, I need gold and copper. Forgot that piece. That's gold as like so and so. We had a little bit more overboard than I thought I did. Begin research. All of that can just go away. And in 20 seconds, that'll be done. And then I'll just hope it's not a processing unit. There's a decent chance it wants an extra processing unit and I can't give it it. Hopefully not. Hopefully it just wants gold or copper, though. Well, that's unexpected. I paused and it immediately was done. Also, it just wants silicon. I mean, sure. And then to get gigantism, it's uranium dust is easy. Raw biopolymer was a little bit more expensive, though. We'll figure that out. Actually, hold on. Yeah, it is specifically the raw biopolymer. But 50% player scale augmentations are looking pretty good. Let's take off all this armor real quick and just like see where we're sitting without anything else. So, hold on. I also have that on. So just as a baseline, we have 15 hearts. Our attack range is, our block interaction range, sorry, is pretty far. What is that? Oh, the Hydra Heart changed symbols. Okay. Okay. And our basic punches are not boosted. It's only doing 2. Adds 4 attack damage points. Reinforced fist with sharpened thing. Why isn't that working? Is it because we're miniature? No, our basic punches are only doing 2 damage now for some reason. That's weird. It should be doing 6. Or it should be doing 5 rather. I don't know. That's a weird one. I don't know if the extra attack damage is working properly. Although maybe it doesn't work with fist. That would be even weirder probably. So I'm trying to compare this. I took out the weapon to see if it was boosted. Although I don't remember what the number was before the boost, so that doesn't help much. I don't know. It's interesting. I don't quite know why that was not working properly. But for the most part, a lot of pretty good upgrades, 15 baseline health, and some pretty decent baseline armor at this point. Anyways, that's probably a pretty good place to end things off. So, I want to thank you very much for watching. I hope you've enjoyed as much as I have, and I hope to see you next time. So, without further ado, take care, everybody. I want to thank everyone one more time for watching, and a special thank you to the channel members, Yamato, Tanagura, and Goddess of the Starfilled Void. Thank you both so much for the extra support. For real now, take care, everybody.